Welcome, football fans, to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Tonight, a pair of NFC foes squaring off. It's the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And off we go in Santa Clara. On the return, this is McCaffrey. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Swamp man's in motion right. First snap, and Lamar's going to throw. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Play action. Here's Jackson. He puts some juice on it. Big game downfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. Just gets down inside the 35-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First down, here's Lamar. Left side, secured by Ayuk. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Lamar throwing again. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And again, it's Jackson. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It's not just imperative that the quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They go play fake with Jackson. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Jackson yet again. Hopkins isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it's step one towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Lamar now from the gun. And they get to him again. And back-to-back sacks have these guys suddenly staring at 3rd and goal.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator. And now on 3rd down, well, you better do all you can to regain it.
Flag down. This could be a free opportunity for the offense. And that one's incomplete. For now, it brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Penalty moves him closer. It's 3rd and 5 now. From the gun, Jackson. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Looking for the back that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Field goal, a 22-yard attempt.
Piniero's kick is good. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
With how well they were eating up yards and first downs, you know that kicker wanted to come out for a PAT. But he'll take a field goal, and he'll take 3.
Now Piniero on to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 23. To the air, Mahomes. Taken in by Hill, right side. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
At the 37-yard line.
We've set it downs from 37. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Now, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Throw in is Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Hey, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. Got a man. That's Nacua. Pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
14 yards. And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. We've got the 49ers in front. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. It's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll toss it to Gibbs. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you could do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Sends this to the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, this is McCaffrey. Keeps away from one. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 49ers to the line. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Finds his fullback. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 3 now. Now it's Lamar. Has some daylight through the 40. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
First down from the 42. They send the tight end in motion. Play action now with Jackson. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And the Lions get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That's complete. Naku on the left side. And they make the stop, I'm going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Time and again, receivers would tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
One of the tight ends motioning left. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Tackled by the perennial All-Pro Myles Garrett.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Mahomes here from the gun on 3rd down. Short pass brought in. And he gets him 1 as we come up to the 2-minute warning. You get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Field goal would have been 49 yards, Brock, but they want to go for this instead. Running for it. Here's Gibbs. This is going to be close, but I don't think he's got it. Nope, they mark him shy of the first. This is going to be a turnover on downs. And he is stopped a long ways from that line to gain. They force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. And he looks it forward to the 43-yard line. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, running back in the flat.
The right side is caught by Jennings. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. It's a pickup of 26. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. That throw was looking for Brandon Ayuk. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Jeez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
5-yard line.
Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And they're going to stop him after a 4-yard gain. That means first and goal is coming up. It's a gain of 4 there, and now they have a first and goal.
The 49er, first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Eddie Pinheiro.
Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're up and running once again. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. Here comes the offense for Detroit to begin the second half. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. He gets this one to Nakua. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
This is second and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Shotgun now on third down. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the fourth down punt for the Lions. Can't evade the coverage team from Lush. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And in a tie game, we've been sensing a breakthrough coming, Brock. Might this be the drive where we finally see one side get the edge over the other?
Well, if it is, Kate, you know and I know it's about play-to-play execution and more than likely making sure they can convert in some of those situational downs.
Bobbing up on the right side. That's Ayuk. Has a little bit up to the 21. Stopped by a two-time All-Pro in his first 3 seasons in the NFL, Trent McDuffie.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now. They need 7. From the gun, Jackson. Right side, and that's secured by Kittle. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
So it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Now Jackson off the play action. He keeps it and takes off. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that gives the 49ers the first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number one, you got to control that nose tackle. Number two, you got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to manage a low yard on that drive up the gut. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
1 yard gain.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Lamar now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
First down, here's Lamar. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Now Jackson. That's how it goes. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They gain 11 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Throwing now on first down. It's Jackson. Brought in. He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Coming right is Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He was brought down by Garrett Stingley. It's a gain of 1. And this is 3rd down.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here's Mahomes on the sneak. And they're going to down by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. The left side, and St. Brown has it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, Detroit.
1st down from the 42. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. Picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing is Mahomes. Gets it quickly to St. Brown. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
A gain of 9 yards.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. A quick slant. Here's Laporta. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Throwing again, Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. He's only able to manage 1 yard. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach the 2nd down. Back to throw. Right back to Hill. This is caught. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Screen here for Gibbs. Escapes a defender. And that is a great stop to deny him the marker. It's going to be 4th down.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Desperation time here. Oh, it's the screen. Pass complete. And they are sent off the field. Had to go for it. Defense knew it was coming. That's a turnover on downs. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
6 at the 12-yard line.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Going run again with McCaffrey. Up the sideline past the 25. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. One drawn up here for Lamar. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And it still shows up as a victory for them, Brock, whether they score 50 or they have a rough day putting points on the board. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Huard, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.